There we go. Okay. I like that better. Try this again. Now, when it goes live this time, I'm not doing no cover or whatever. Yeah. All right. Hey guys, good afternoon. How are you? You know, it's me, Tamika, and Miss LaShanta. Yes. How are you guys doing this afternoon? We are live. We are. Oh yeah. Live. See me right now. In real time. In real time. I'm like, this is real time. Thing she would like she had everything. She had so many different tools
the police officer has to practice how they're going to respond. For people that don't speak
my email, because baby, 30,000 emails is crazy work, and I do not have time to sit there and fish through all of those emails to see what I want to keep and to see what needs to go in the trash can. I'm sick of it.
I know, because I have to spend about an hour a week, cleaning out. So they've got some new tools. Google has one. Microsoft has Gemini. So you can integrate them to clean up your email.
Mm-hmm.
There used to be, we still use the third-party tools called Zapier.
Mm-hmm.
That you connect to some of your programs. They help you automate things.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't have to do it anymore with AI. It does it all for you.
Oh, I don't know. AI might be trying to tell me what to do with my life.
But we don't have to let it get that far. We don't want to let it get that far. Okay?
We don't want to let it get that far. Please don't let it get that far. Let's trying to get a handle text, or if you're trying to write as possible.
To
Her here on my show today.
Okay, so I'm going to say this. If I knew what I know now when I graduated from high school, I would have took a totally different route. Okay. So first I wanted to go into the Navy. I'm going to go all the way back because I wanted to be a Navy nurse. I cannot do math.
Oh my goodness, Navy nurse.
Yeah, I did. But I did. I had high aspirations, but I can't do math. I couldn't do it. Um, and so I changed up and I decided to do political science.
Okay.
So I thought I was going to Howard University and I was going to study and work in government. Well, people stopped that plan. So I went on and did other things. I got into nonprofit work after attending UNCG. And then I came back to Clinton and I became a teacher. So that's what most people know me as. And I also, when I say media, I mean like creating it, covering like some of the, small names, big names, you name it. I like covering it all. So I always love looking at magazines and reading newspapers from a young age. So when I finally figured out what I wanted to do, I started with one radio station called Soul Compass Radio. So I created Soul Compass Radio. That was the first station that I had. And then I ended up acquiring. So I acquired the hip hop station from someone that I knew, very closely, that, no longer wanted the station.
Okay.
So I went back and I acquired that. It's hip hop radio. It plays all of the, secular type music.
Okay.
Top 40, that kind of stuff. And then from there, because we had already started working on podcasting, and you were one of my first radio podcasters, remember?
Oh.
Transformation. What was the name?
Transformation Tuesday.
That's right.
I worked her nerves real bad. They was like, cut, do it again.
She was the original podcaster. She's back. She was the original. And so, working through that process, I remember calling up to Star Vision and asking them, could we use their studio? And they said no. They said all of this was born out of because people kept saying no. So they were like, no, you can't use our studio. And I was like, okay, well, what am I going to do? Because I wanted to branch out. And I promised myself, I said, one day when I have an opportunity, I'm going to open up a studio where we can record, not in our house, in our living room, but we could actually record somewhere, that's more professional, and we can change up the backdrops and do different things, that we need to do. So that's how 810 Studios was born.
Nice.
And so we came in here, we started recording first, right? And all that was great, but I still wanted to make sure I grew the network. So I developed, and I told you this over at the Mount, remember? So I developed the channels for the Roku.
Oh, yes.
And also for the Amazon.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. It took me about a year to figure out how to do it, how to put it all together, because I built it myself. Now at the time it was a little bit easier, but midway through, I had to end up getting some help. So I hired some engineers. I found a good group in Pakistan.
Okay.
That are really cool. That do a great job, because those of you that develop apps and work in that arena, behind the scenes is a whole list of. Why is your face?
Because baby, listen. Yeah, it's foreign to me, but this is gonna reach somebody, so I need y'all to pay attention. Those of you that develop apps that can put together networks, radio stations, baby, this show is for you. Do you hear me? You better be paying attention. Go ahead.
Okay, so if you ever unexpectedly hit the inspect link, like the inspect button for your webpage or whatever you're working on online, you'll see all of the coding behind that page.
Okay.
So that is what I have to deal with. I have to deal with all the coding.
in the background.
In the background.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So, because things just don't pop up on the internet, like, just like we're having technology issues right now. Every platform has its own issues.
Yeah.
So you have to figure out those things. But yeah, so the coding is what makes it go.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to figure all of that out. I did that on my own until I started hiring folks because Apple, the developer behind the scenes,
Mm-hmm.
they keep changing the way that we code. They keep changing all the tools. So there's no way to really keep up with it. And there's other folks who are doing it. And, it's a little bit of change for Upwork.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the group that I work with, they'll charge me, a whole lot. And so I have them on retainer.
Okay.
And they help to, kind of keep everything going.
Okay. So I do know, because I am in education now, I have heard the word coding in within the school system. So um maybe that's something that's going to line them up with kind of like the work that you do. Mm-hmm. Is that sort of kind of the same thing?
Well, coding is behind everything. It's behind any program you use on the internet. AI is behind it all. Mm-hmm. So, if you want to help your children get ahead in life, they need to learn about coding. Oh. They need to learn about Python, Ruby Rails, all that, good stuff. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to tell you a story. So one Christmas, I can't remember what Christmas it was, my mom and dad bought us a computer. Mm-hmm. And my mom doesn't realize this, maybe, but she gave us, it was like, computers were cute. They would be screen and everything. Mm-hmm. And a little disc that went in there. But she gave us a set of books that mm-hmm. taught us how to code. Wow. Mm-hmm. I was like maybe 9 years old, 10 years old. Mm-hmm. And so when I would read the book, I would go in there to the computer and put in because it was DOS prompt. DOS. Uh-huh. You know how the black screen comes up?
Yeah.
So I would go in there and I'll put in my codes and everything and go through the books and I would make all kind of things. I would make characters. I would make the computer do stuff.
Wow.
Based on the code. But I'm a little girl and these are just some books and my parents really don't know. Right. So like I said, had I known back then like really what I wanted to do, I would have went on to school. Yeah. For that, because I really enjoyed it, but I do it now, so it's okay.
Yeah, shout out to Mama Pope and Daddy for helping our girl do this amazing thing that she is doing right now. Her own network, coding and all that other good stuff. I hope y'all was paying attention. The behind the scenes, the backgrounds, all the things that you can do if you have technique, which is to code. And parents, if you're out there, like I said, I do work in education as well, and I have heard coding and things like that within the school system. So if your child is coming home and telling you that this is something that they're interested in, push them, because one day they could have their own network as well too. As Miss Tamika said, she started at the age of 9, not even really realizing what it was that she was doing. And now, look what we have here. So, give us a little bit more about how you come up with 810 Studios and, all of that.
Okay, so here's the story. We're gonna skip some of the parts.
We're gonna skip some parts
because they're ugly.
Good. I don't know what she's talking about, but I'm just saying I know y'all done ate and on the couch relaxing, because we got some other good stuff that we need to get on. But I wanted to honor her and give her flowers on today for the great work that she has done, and I think it's very important. So we're gonna listen.
Okay. So, I don't know if you remember, but I did a podcast called the Before I Die series.
I don't think so.
Okay, so I did that podcast in my house, mm-hmm. at my desk, and I was doing all kind of stuff. But the Before I Die series, it was really was after I became single. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say it like that.
Okay.
And I spent a year just, trying to find myself again. Mm-hmm. heal myself, and just try to figure out the direction.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, never again will I miss out on opportunities before I die. And that's why I named it that.
Okay.
Because what happens is sometimes we lose ourselves to people, to the
Mm-hmm.
world, to our children, and we miss out on what makes us happy.
That's right.
We miss out. So I said, okay, it's just like it's almost like a bucket list,
Mm-hmm.
but in a podcast.
Oh.
Yeah. So it was like everything I wanted to talk about, all the things I wanted to share with people about empowerment. I want women to know, that trauma does not have to define who you are.
Oh.
And so I got really deep down into learning about yourself,
Mm-hmm.
loving yourself,
Yeah.
not making excuses,
Well.
not giving people passes, because we don't do that anymore.
No more.
If you're trash, you're trash. We go tea. But that's where it came from. Everybody kind of wanted. I always just say it started in my house, but it was an opportunity for me to heal from all, and not just the situation that I was in, because I always tell people it wasn't a bad situation. It just wasn't, I guess, what God wanted for me in the end.
Right.
So I had to heal from that, and then other things in my life, and it was very therapeutic. So when it was time for me to open up this particular studio, I kept praying about it. I kept praying, I was like, God, what should I name it? And 810, it was like, that's where it all started.
Okay.
It started at my house.
Okay.
So that's why it's called 810.
Okay. So this Before I Die series, is it still available?
It sure is. It lives on Spotify.
Oh.
So you can go to Spotify, you can type it in. It's 10 episodes. I did try to revive it, but it was during a time where I really was I think I'm still authentic, but I was raw. So
raw.
I was raw. And it just became such a beautiful piece of work that I really don't want to mess with it.
Okay.
I just, when I go back and I even listen to it, it's very, very empowering.
Yeah, well then I need to check that out too. Because as I'm on my healing journey as well, I tell Timka all the time, girl, I need a therapist, honey. I need to go see somebody. The Lord is doing his part. I'm doing my part. But I still feel like somebody else need to have a hand in what I got going on. Because, baby, let me tell you something. Woo! This is a journey. But I understand what Tamika said about the podcast. Because my podcast heals me just a little bit more after every show. And I think it is because we're being our authentic, true self. Like, I'm really giving y'all the tea so that, you know what I'm saying, you don't have to ask nobody else what LaShanta got going on. You don't have to ask nobody else how LaShanta feels, because I'm telling you exactly how I feel. And I'm also giving you the opportunity to see what healing look like. Healing is messy. It is ugly. It's radiant. It's beautiful. It's exciting. It has its highs and it also has its lows. And some people just don't have it in them to be vulnerable and show everybody exactly what it looks like. And I get that too. I was devastated when I was going through my transition, and the only thing I kept thinking about was I'm in a glass house, and everybody that walk back and forth my house, they get a chance to see the inside. They get a chance to see everything, and it was absolutely devastating to know that many people had front row seats to your life. And but we were able to change the narrative.
Yes.
And to be able to put ourselves out there, and tell it firsthand versus based off of what somebody else was able to see and put their own perception on things. So it's beautiful. It's a beautiful journey. It's heartbreaking. It's all of that, but it's also wrapped up in a nice gift, so that we can empower a nice box, so that we can empower someone else who was going through in silence. Someone else who was struggling in silence, and they may not have anybody, and they may not be able to share as much as we're able to share.
Definitely. I like the way you said that it's all packaged up in a box.
Yeah.
Because I think that it was the weirdest thing for me personally, and I don't talk about this. Like, this is the first time I ever like I've gone just a little bit into kind of the catalyst for creating what I have now. Because I always wanted to do it, but it was more of a catalyst for me to do it at that point, because like you said, it's helping us to heal. It helped me heal. So I spent a year working through things, and then I did the podcast. But I did not go through my actual like down slope until the second year. It's like when it all hit me. So then I had to work through that.
Yeah.
But when I came out,
woo, baby,
I came out on fire. With 18 Studios. So I thank God for putting that in my spirit. It was something that I had, I guess, just had to formulate until I was ready to give birth to it. And I did. And it's been a beautiful thing.
It's been a beautiful thing. It's been a beautiful thing. Listen, I'm excited because now I get a chance to see your journey and how you overcame certain things. And so now that gives me hope. You see what I'm saying? So you're the blueprint for me.
Oh, wow.
And I'm the blueprint for somebody else. And that's exactly how it's supposed to be. My pastor said today in church, and he was like, if we put our gifts together, if Tamika and I put our gifts together, instead of going at each other, and we put our gifts together, imagine how many more women and men we can help together.
Yes.
Versus cutting each other down, tearing each other down, and all of these things. Like, we have to learn how to come together, so that we can set more people free.
Exactly. I love that. Free. Because that's where you want to be. Free indeed. That's where you want to be.
That's where you want to be. Free indeed.
Free in your mind, your body, and your spirit.
Your spirit.
Because it could all be so weighted down if you're not careful.
Yeah.
By all of the the situations that you go through, and I like the trauma that you go through.
Yeah.
If you let it, it will be a weight to you, and you won't be able, when you learn how to deal with, manage your emotions, and if you have an opportunity to talk to someone, and have guidance, that is a plus. And I went through my situation, so I think I was able, to help you, and I'm so glad because I was going through it. It wasn't too many people I think I could talk to that really understood. So
yeah, I got your back, girl. But something that you said, I can't remember right now. But anyway, to be truly free indeed. And I'm just saying, like, free from people too, because people will make you feel guilty for your healing journey. They will make you feel guilty for talking about the things that you went through. I've had people say, well, that wasn't my experience with that person, and you shouldn't say those things about that person. Listen, everybody experience with everybody else is their experience, and it's not my fault that you treated them right and then you decided to treat me wrong, but you want me to hold on to the things that you did to me. Absolutely not. It's freeing season, and that doesn't mean that we go around and we talk about people and we go around and we cut people down. Absolutely not. But what you will not is have another opportunity to do me the exact same way for a second time.
Amen. That's right.
And my pastor also today talked about not allowing your emotions to dictate everything that you do. And I need help with that because I'm 1 year hands free. Woo.
We want you to stay here.
I
We want you to stay on this side of the bars, not on the other side of the bars.
I want your hands free. Glory be to God. And I have absolutely learned to control my emotions. The things that used to upset me, they don't upset me anymore. The people that used to upset me, no. And I'm proud of myself. And you should be proud of yourself too if you're on the same journey with me, because emotions will put you in places and positions that you have no business being.
That's right. You have to learn how to control it. And I'm so glad that I got to the point where when if somebody makes me upset, but this is something that I had already started practicing. I just ask that person why. Why did you decide to do X, Y, Z?
Mm-hmm.
And when you can calmly address someone who's being ugly to you, who is not treating you with respect, that's trying to pull you out of your character.
Mm-hmm.
When you can do that, it is almost like
it's a power. It's a superpower.
It's a superpower.
It's a superpower.
You have to learn how to. You have to learn how to do it.
You gotta learn.
Practicing that emotional control is going to help you to put yourself in the power seat.
That's right.
And if you're not used to being in the power seat, it's going to feel funny. But that makes those other people bow down.
That's right.
They realize who's in charge,
mm-hmm.
because you're in charge of yourself. They can't just
charge.
Push your button and make you go crazy.
Right.
Anymore.
Right.
It's you just taking time to say, hey, I can see you.
Mm-hmm.
I can see what you're trying to do, and I'm not going to allow you. Change the narrative for me
mm-hmm.
of my life or my day or whatever I have going on.
That's right, and that's Bible. We talked about that in church today when the man slapped Jesus. He asked him, "Why did you slap me? Like, I haven't done anything wrong. Why did you put your hands on me?" And a lot of people want to say that us being Christians or preachers or bishops or whatever, that we should have a level of like we should be emotionless, and that's not so. Jesus had emotions. He was in human flesh. He took on our sins, and that's what he did. He came, he died on the cross, he took on our sins, and then he ascended. But before he did all of that, he had feelings. And so if you are wrong and somebody comes to you and asks you why did you do that, they deserve a valid answer, because even Jesus wanted to know why this man had put his hands on him. And I think that's fair. But as Tamika said, we get to a point to where we can control the narrative. We can control everything, the emotions, the feelings, everything behind it. It's a different type of power. And people want power, but they don't want to do the work to get it.
No, they don't. They do not. They don't want to go and study about power. They don't want to understand the rules to having power.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to take the time to learn how to control their mouth so they can have the power.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot that goes into that.
It's a lot. Mm-hmm. So if you want the power, you got to free yourself.
Definitely.
You have to free yourself. But listen, I don't even know how we even got on
I don't
that.
know,
but it was for somebody, and somebody needed to hear that. So free your mind,
and the rest will follow.
I thought it was free your mind and relax your body.
I don't know, but I just like the rest.
We up here quoting people stuff and they got it right. Sorry.
But I did want to say this real quick. Thank you to Miss Carol Wade and Herman Williams for tuning in and sticking with us and watching the show.
Yes.
If you have any comments, feel free to message us, because we can get the comments live. Because this is really a live show. It's not pre-recorded, so you can talk to us.
And if you have any questions, if you want us to address something while we're up here, we can most certainly do that as well. But listen, okay, we've talked about 810 Studios.
Yeah.
We've talked about Tamika's journey and how she has brought all of this about. So, Tamika, what's next for you?
Whoa, that's a big question. Okay, well, let's go back just a little bit more, because we talked about starting the network and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've always been a big dream girl.
Okay.
I don't stop just right there. Okay.
Right,
Once I
okay.
get one thing done, I'm like, okay, what's the next goal?
I love it. I love it.
And so I love media, so I do like going out and doing red carpets and covering media. But
Just so BET,
baby. So that was one of the goals, was to work BET. The second goal is to work the Grammys. So we want to do that. And so that hopefully will happen. And if it don't happen next year, maybe the next couple of years, that'd be real fun.
But on the Grammys.
But this is the thing: in order to be a viable network in the industry, you cannot just go live on your social media. That's not what you can do. Okay, you can't just play videos on your social media. You have to have a viable company that not only does audio visual, also print, and you have a large footprint in the networks.
Okay.
So what I ended up doing, which was part of the strategic plan, the very first thing was to get us on national networks.
Okay.
Well, when I say that, I should say regional first, because that's where we're starting. Hopefully we will get picked up one day by a national. Soon. Yes, thank you. Soon. But we're on the regional networks right now. So our shows play on Fox 54 in Augusta, Georgia market. And now we've been in the the Sand Hills market in North Carolina on Fox 50. But that was early on a Saturday morning when everybody was asleep. So, but I'm grateful way across of Raleigh. They've enjoyed that spot, for the last 6 months. But we have a big, huge change coming up that we want to share with you. Yes. So many of you've seen the the postings. We are moving, so we're not going to move actually from this studio. That's not what you mean. We're moving to a new network, which has a larger coverage base for us, and we're going to be able to have all of our shows, almost all of them, to play in a rotation. So in North Carolina, our show will be known as Early Mornings with 18 Studios, highly inspirational, every Monday morning, starting July 7th, from 6:30 to 7. We went with that particular time frame because it's in between some very popular TV shows they have on the CW, and then the national news. So,
that national news.
So when you get up, you're drinking your coffee, you want to laugh, you want to, just kind of get in the spirit, the mood for the week. Tune in to Early Mornings with 18 Studios. And the funny thing about it is, in Georgia, in Augusta, it's called Late Nights. So we do all of the kind of the music stuff, the culture stuff for the Georgia market. But we're going to be more positive in the North Carolina market for the CW. And so we're starting, that particular, what we call a DMA, our coverage area, is from Virginia on down to Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. And it plays East and West up until, I think it's Goldsboro, maybe.
Oh, nice.
Is where we stop. So there's going to be another DMA that we'll purchase into, because that's the goal, is to go further east of North Carolina and further south into Georgia, which will be the Atlanta market.
Oh, catch me in Atlanta. Catch me in Virginia. Catch me in Goldsboro, baby. Listen, La Shanta, Cold Breath, okay? But nah, I'm laughing. I'm tickled. I am so very excited about Tamika. Tamika says that the people that are doing the shows are doing the hard work. But I'm looking at her like, girl, you the one doing the hard work. We just up here running our mouth, talking, putting things together. And I do understand that, we have to get the guests and come up with the content and all of that. But she is really the mastermind behind the black screen. So I wanted to bring her on screen. I've been fussing with Tamika, Mama Pope. I've been fussing with her. Like, come on, cutting through the red tape with me. so that people can get a better understanding of what it is that we have, that she has going on here with this network. And so you did talk about the CW as part of you and the shows coming on, and all of that. So what about the live recording show that's coming up next?
Okay, so I've always had a goal to have a lifestyle talk show like Oprah. Okay. And so I keep telling Shanta, I said, you're gonna be like Oprah. And she's like,
I want the money, but I'm gonna be LaShanta.
So I've told her, I said, you need to study. Like, you need to study J Hood, you need to study Oprah, Tamron Hall. So we are creating, along with Miss Beverly Judge, over at the Mount Productions in Chicopee, North Carolina. That's going to be our new sister and partner as far as our recording studio. So shout out to the Mount Productions. They have built $1 million studio over in the middle of nowhere, and I'm like, why does this exist? It's almost like the Wizard of Oz, when the house
Oh
fell.
yeah.
It's like this studio just fell in the middle of Chicopee, and I'm like, wow, that is so cool,
It's amazing.
So,
it's amazing.
And the fact they're opening up to us and they're
Yes.
allowing us to come and work with them, I think that's amazing.
Yes.
So it's a step up for 18, because now, instead of producing our shows from this studio, it's going to take us all up a level, because we're going to be doing a live studio audience, which means that it will be kind of scripted as well.
Mm-hmm.
That studio has monitors that will allow us to tell the audience when to clap,
Mm-hmm.
when to sigh, when to do whatever, or if they want to ask questions, they'll be able to stand up. They'll be able to ask questions, and it's just more of a professional production with the various angles of the camera. So I think the real work, is for myself and Dre, because we're going to be learning all new equipment. But the other piece of it is that now, all of these podcasters that have stuck with me at 18, it's not glamorous. Okay. Everybody knows the truth. It looks glamorous when it comes on, but it's not glamorous, because you can see what's here now. But anyway, we are moving light years ahead to a studio of the one I've always dreamed, with the backdrops and the monitors. So I just thank God every day that we get a chance to go, into an environment like that. But during the live recording, it's going to be a lot of audience participation. We're going to be able, like I said, for you to, ask questions and be a part of the show. But it just puts them in a new, light, I think.
Yeah.
Just a different environment.
Yeah, it does. And so we are asking that you guys click on the square link. Tamika's going to put it at the bottom of this show, or somewhere. And we just want you guys to sign up. It's totally free. You don't have to pay anything. We just want you to come join in on the live show. It's gonna be exciting. I'm super nervous, but I'm excited about everything that's taking place, and everything that is getting ready to take place. I just bring your energy, be ready, be excited, and listen, bring everybody. It's gonna take you a couple minutes to get there, so I would say, put your homegirls in one car, put your homeboys in one car, and y'all come on. We get something to eat. We're gonna have concessions. We're gonna do some giveaways to the fathers.
Yep.
And so we just want you guys to come out and have a good time. I have not disclosed the special guest as of yet, but I will tell you that they are ready and they are excited, and it's going to be a show that's impactful. Everything that I do is so that you can further yourself, and so that you can empower yourself, or boost yourself up. You know what I'm saying? So that you can make it to the finish line. And so every show that I put together is to help somebody. It's not just for entertainment. It's not just for because I want to get up here and talk, because I'll talk to anybody. Listen, I had a good time at Subway last night talking to people I didn't even know. They was trying to put me out. So it's definitely not just for entertainment. It is to help you. And if it's not to help you, it's so that you can take the information and help somebody else.
And you know what? That's super important. You know that you say that. That's the reason why the network was built. Because with media, we have to tell our own stories.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if we don't tell our own stories, somebody else is going to tell a story for us that may not be the right story.
Right.
So this gives us a chance to get ahead of that.
Mm-hmm.
But the other piece to it that I wanted to share, you know, we sit and we look at TV, like we consume TV, we consume social media and everything, and we never think that that's something that we can do. And I always had an opportunity to travel and to be in these different areas where people are doing big things, and I'm like, Clinton can do that.
And can.
Yeah, and we can be on TV. Now it took a long time and some hard roads to figure out how to do it, but we made it. We're here, and it's going to be an awesome opportunity to be a part of something new, to put Clinton on the map in the surrounding areas when it comes to these national and regional TV networks. And I'm just happy because I remember, and I told Miss Beverly Judge, the lady that's working with us, I watched her show on WECT and WIT. It was called Beverly J's Nightlife.
Okay.
And she would interview all the superstars, and the singers and stuff. And I'll always be like, that's so cool. And now that we're having a chance to do it, it's just an awesome opportunity. We want to invite you guys to be a part of it.
Yes.
So I put the link in the description. So if you want a free ticket, make sure that you go ahead and click the link. Thanks to everybody that's already gotten their tickets. But go and get a ticket. Come see us, 272 Cold Swamp Road, over in Chinkapin, North Carolina. The doors open at 3. The show starts at 4. So make sure you're prompt in the place, because at 4 o'clock we're going to try to get rolling. Now, it is not a live show that will appear in real time on the network. It's still going to be recorded, but in a live show format, so that we have more interaction. She has more interaction, with the crowd. And as we continue to grow, we're going to keep having these. At least, once or twice a quarter. You'll be able to come and participate in real time with us.
Yes. And y'all give me some grace. GRACE. Okay, Grace. I've never done any of this before. As a matter of fact, when Tamika came to me about the radio station or show, I was like, girl, me? Tamika just got all kinds of faith in me. And then she gonna get mad at me the other day. Yep, about to call you out. She gonna get mad at me the other day. I was like, Tamika, I be like, Tamika can do it. Tamika can do it. If I don't know nobody else can do it, I know Tamika can do it. She gonna say, you got so much faith in me, I should be scared.
Right. I was like, wait a minute now. There's only a certain, level to what I got going on that I can do, but
Tamika can do it. She can do it.
If I can figure it out, I take my time and I learn it, I can do it.
Yes.
It's just sometimes like, wow. I mean, I'm here and LaShanta wants to take me up here.
And we going. and you better believe we going, okay? We are going, okay? Because God is truly in this place. He is truly in the both of us. He is giving us gifts. And like I said earlier, if we continue to work together, then we will be able to go further. And it's not just me. Shout out to Drake Hood Rock, who be doing his 1s and 2s around here. Like I told Tamika earlier, I said we need Drake here because we can't get this stuff away.
And I'm like, I got it, I can do it. I taught Drake.
So shout out to Drake, shout out to Bab, shout out to all of the other podcasts that are here. I don't know everybody, but shout out to everybody who is a part of 810 Studios. We are super excited about what is going on here. And the sky's the limit. Like people literally say the sky's the limit, but I truly believe that the sky is the limit, and I believe that
that's true. It is. It is.
that if you want it, then you have to get up and you have to go get it. And you know, do whatever it is that you need to do. Your part, do your part. And you know, God will help you do the rest, or he'll send help, he'll confirm it, he'll provide, he'll make provision. And so we're just excited. So yeah, just give me some grace on next Sunday. It's gonna be my very first time, and so I just want to have a good time. That's what I want to do. I want to have a good time, and I want you guys to have a good time as well. And we'll go from there.
Well, I appreciate you trusting me. That's number one. She trusts me for anything that I say I want to do. Shonda's like, okay, let's do it. I might not know how in the world I'm going to get there, but it happened. So I appreciate you having faith in me, for working with me. But the number one thing I want to say is thank you for your consistency. One thing about you, you never change. And I appreciate that, because there are some folks, it's like I'm on an emotional roller coaster. I don't know, am I coming up? I'm going. But with Shanta, I know what I have is black and white. Mm-hmm. You know, I never have to guess about it. So,
oh no.
So I appreciate it.
That's why I be trying to tell people, like, you, if God don't operate in confusion, baby, and neither do I.
Thank you.
I can't do it. Like, it's either yes or it's either no.
That's right.
And that's how I want all of us to be. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Stay in one place, baby, so we can understand. It's okay.
That part, so we can understand.
So we can understand. And then we can go from there, you know. But yeah, I try to be my most authentic self. I tell people all the time, you'll know when I'm sad, mad, angry, all of those things. You will definitely know. It will be no confusion.
She uses her words.
Every last one.
I just look at you, but she uses her words. So yeah,
all of them.
So let's talk a little bit about. We've got a few. So we got this coming up on Sunday, June the 15th. Like we said, 4:00. Doors open at 3.
Yes.
We have put a link in the bio so that you can go and get your free ticket. You and your friends, everybody, come on now. So you can enjoy, you know, look your best,
right?
Because you definitely will end up on camera, as it'll air, you know, on CW22. I also want to say that we're going to be at this year's Sampson County Juneteenth.
Okay.
So we have a booth. We're probably going to be off of the stage, because I like the video, you know, what's going on the stage as much as possible. So make sure you stop by, see us at 18 Studios, pick up some information, you know, about our network. Don't forget, you can sign up with us, you know, for our newsletter. So just go out to the website. There's a link there, www.18studios.com. You can sign up. And then one last announcement. I'm probably going to keep announcing this over and over again. So October 25th.
Oh, yes. Is it Boots on the Ground?
Tonio Armani, Country Girl.
Okay. So I got to learn that.
Country Girl. That's the fact.
Hey. I'll have it together by the end.
And help me find my draws, Lord Jesus. That's a funny song. But anyway,
help me find your what?
He said, help me find my draws.
Oh my God. Help us, Lord. Baby, if you need help finding them, just go home. Walk of shame. Just go home free. Free indeed. Just go home free indeed.
You know, but he actually has Christian, he has gospel, he has Southern soul, he has all kind of music. He's a really nice guy, from what I understand. And I want to publicly say, you know, I think Snoop Dogg, and because he signed to Death Row.
Oh,
he's a Death Row artist.
Okay.
And so what happened was, when we were in negotiations, he was in the middle of being signed, and so his price could have went up, but they said no. We already talked about a price with you. We're going to stick with that price. So I'm very gracious, you know, for them making that decision, and still, you know, coming to hang out with us in Clinton, North Carolina. Look, they put us on the poster. It's official.
It's official,
baby.
baby.
North Carolina.
Clinton, North Carolina. What's talking about in the cities to hit?
Yes, understand. Yeah, it
We
was
done
right.
made the poster. Child, stop playing.
We're gonna be one of the last trail rides of the season. So we'll end the season real big here at Clinton, North Carolina. So
okay, so give us some more information about that. How can they purchase their tickets?
Yeah.
How much are they? Where can they go?
Right. So for it's actually part of Nate's birthday bash.
Shout out to Nate.
Yes, cousin Nate. So we're bringing back the Summer Breeze. So many of you know that we do Summer Breeze. So we've rebranded as the Breeze so that we can have it any time of the year. And so we decided this year to do it in October. It's going to be nice and cool. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a huge trail ride, fun day. It's going to be down at Papa Pete's Farm. Papa Pete's. Yep. And so the first 100 tickets are $20. So go out to the website, www.18studios.com. Go ahead and get your $20 ticket because they are going up after the first 100 or so. And then also, if you're, want to bring your family, we're still going to have our family day. So we'll have the rides and things for the kiddos, jump houses. Food will be available. All right. Yeah, so it'll be a fun laid back day.
Yes, and listen, I have attended the Summer Breeze, so it's definitely a vibe. We've definitely had a good time every time. So you guys come on out and let's help Mr. Armani find his straws, I guess. And we gonna end out the year in a big celebration, y'all. Yep. Listen, everything is so exciting. Yeah, shout out to Tamika for being in boardrooms. Like she having meetings, talking to big people. Like, listen. Shout out to Tamika who knows somebody that knows somebody that can get to the person that you really want, baby. Listen. Michelle, where you at, girl? Obama.
We calling her too.
We calling her too.
We gonna come to the table.
But yeah, we laughing, we cutting up, we having a good time, but on some real stuff. Listen, Tamika is definitely in big boardrooms, and so we're very grateful for her for being able to put Clinton, North Carolina on the map. You guys definitely missed the fashion show that she did. It was an awesome time. Shout out to Jasmine, who is down here fitting us and putting us in any and everything that we want. So I love Tamika because she's almost like a female Tyler Perry. She's giving everybody an opportunity and a chance to live out their dreams, even if it's not fully living out their dreams, but giving them opportunities of a lifetime. Y'all, I'm about to be on the CW. That's where they play
Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry and the football show that I like. All American.
All American. Okay.
I sat there and watched about 8 seasons in 3 days.
Lord.
But yeah, shout out to Tamika for doing her thing here in Clinton, North Carolina, putting us on a map in every way possible. So we're very grateful for her. And thank you so much for joining us on Cutting Through the Red Tape. You got anything else you want to say to the people? Encourage the people?
The only thing I want to say is make sure you go and like and follow and subscribe to 18 Studios on Facebook. And we're actually running a special right now. It's really like a game. If you are the 500th subscriber to our 18 Studios YouTube page, you're going to win a spa day. So we're giving away a spa treatment for an hour at True Rest Spa in Wilmington, North Carolina. They also have one in Cary, I believe. So if you're the 500th subscriber, we'll be giving you a call so that you can get your certificate to go for your spa day.
Yeah. So anything that has anything to do with 810 Studios, we need y'all to click like and share. We need you to share the podcast. We need you to like them. We need you to turn on your alerts so whenever we come hit live with 810 Studios, you'll be able to catch up on everything that you need to catch up on. So yeah, y'all make sure y'all win that spa treatment. I gotta get up there and see if I'm subscribed. Am I?
I don't know. So
We'll
take a
figure
look.
it out.
Take a look.
We'll figure it out. But yes.
And one last thing, I guess I should have said this a long time ago. If you are a business owner, or you know a business owner that wants to, reach more customers, we will have 2 to 3 15-second slots, in the shows on the CW. We have a subscription program. It's $99 a month. If you want to do it that way, so that you can have your ads play across all of our network. So if you're interested in joining, just give us a shout out on 810 Studios on our Facebook page, or give us a call at 910-336-4483, and we will work to accommodate you.
Yep. Get your business out there, girl. If you do hair, nails, feet, you sell plates, you got a daycare. Listen, you washing cars. We need all of y'all to display your business so that we can help you reach more people.
That's right.
So that you can wash some more cars, so you can cook some more food, all of that.
And take a vacation.
So yes, thank you again. We thank you, Tamika, for joining us on Cutting Through the Red Tape. We are so very excited for all that you have going on, and thank you for talking to the people. You good?
I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah.
All right. With that being said, we're out.
Yeah.
Peace.
Well, I got to turn it off so you can see it.